Hello, welcome to Lard TV, the TV channel of TooFatLardies. Lard TV, of course, is all about us sharing with you the kind of things that we get up to, including playing some Chain of Command. And today we're playing Chain of Command 1940, game 4 but scenario 2 in the Gembloux Gap campaign. Richard?
That's right, well remembered, mate. That's really good, actually. Yeah,
I've been practicing, weeks in rehearsal.
We played 3 games, if you remember, at Perbais with me trying to push Nick's French out of there so we could try and push through. Now we're just down the road and the French here are attempting a bit of demolition, aren't you, mate?
Absolutely, we are. We're going to try and stop you from capturing these culverts that are over some waterworks in this area.
That's right. Well, I want to make sure that I get my hands on your waterworks, mate. So we've got
His career ambitions at last are revealed.
We've got one culvert over there and one little bridge over here, which we've used because I've got a lovely model of a bridge that I painted up 2 years ago, and I've never used it yet. So we thought we'd have it on the table. But Nick's objective is to destroy both of those before I can break his false morale. If he can do that, the next game won't be game 5, it will be game 6. He'll have gained himself some time in that campaign with me trying to break through to the River Dyle. And to be honest with you, if you do that, I'll have almost no margin for error left. So this is really important for me. I've got to get it right this time, as I say at the beginning of most games. Right, so we've got our patrol markers set out. But the interesting thing about this game is that we're introducing 2 new platoons, aren't we?
Yes, certainly. Well, my platoon from the previous game actually was annihilated. Pretty much.
Well,
those who weren't, those who weren't killed disappeared off somewhere. But we're in a different location now, different French unit, and different command structure. Yeah.
Okay. And we've got to talk about support options, Nick. Now's the moment for the big reveal, as we say. So keep it family friendly, though, mate.
Keep it clean. Well, okay. So my brief, of course, is to try and keep you at distance. And slow you down as much as I can. I've got 6 support points. Do you know what? I'd really like to have had 7. I was going through the list of what I could have, and I just wanted 1 more point to give me really what I wanted to have.
I know that.
So I've had to make a bit of a compromise.
Right.
However, I've spent my 6 points. I've spent 1 point on an additional engineer team because the key thing for me is to blow those culverts. So actually having another group of engineers who can do that has got to be a good thing.
That's a sneaky trick, actually. Not many people pick up on that one, and maybe we let the cat out of the bag. But yeah, having those 2 engineer teams mean that one is almost disposable. If it can blow out that front one, you've always got another one at the back. So
well, I'm thinking I could work on both bridges at once, as opposed to one and then running to the other one.
You'll still need 2 chain of command dice, but the good thing is this one is really deep. So if you can get that one blown up, you can hold me off here. That's absolutely key, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely right. So I've gone for that. So that's 1 point. I spent 2 points on a roadblock.
Right.
On the basis that anything that you've got on wheels is going to be inconvenienced by the fact that we've thrown our belongings over the road and don't want to run over our vinyl collection, so that we'll block the road with a few record players and push chairs, that kind of thing. And the big one for me is I've gone for an R35. I spent 3 points on an R35, thinking that whatever happens with it, I'm going to be able to wheel it out and at least slow you down. You'll need to spend time dealing with that. So those are my 3, hoping that we can make use of it. We've got quite a close terrain on this table.
It is pretty close, yeah.
And I thought my lines of sight are going to be a bit tricky. So that was what prompted me to go for those choices.
Okay.
How about you?
Well,
evil tricks.
Evil tricks. I've gone for a Stuka attack. I'm going to try and soften you up with a Stuka attack that's going to stomp all over this table. So it might end up with all these buildings on fire and huge plumes of smoke going everywhere.
And all the culverts destroyed.
Or, or it might not. So we'll see what happens there. So that's the first one. That's a big ticket item for me.
So the big impact of that is that it slows me down in me being able to deploy to the table, doesn't it? In terms of the effect
absolutely. Well, the second one that I've chosen actually is another sort of big ticket item, which is a reconnaissance platoon on motorcycles. Which you want to slow me down and I want to speed me up. So getting them on the table and getting them zooming across, well, that's kind of important for me.
So how many points did you have? How many points?
I had 12 points.
Wow,
Unfortunately for me, at the end of the last game, my CO's opinion of me rose slightly. So I'm not losing any points now for my choice of supports. The other thing I've gone for is a shabby Nazi trick. Dun, dun, dun.
No surprise.
No surprise there. So we'll see what shabbiness I can come out with.
Yeah, okay, but no armour.
No, I've taken a risk.
Yeah, that's
I've taken a risk, and the reason I've taken that risk is that your armour is going to come on here.
Yeah, I realise that.
And that's a clanking old piece of rubbish.
No, it isn't.
And I reckon
that may be your opinion.
I reckon I
can fine fighting machine.
Take that chance, and in this close terrain, I think you'll have problems getting all of your guns to bear to use a nautical term.
I think, however, I think that it's a rolling roadblock. You ain't going to go past it on your little motorbikes, mate.
Well, that's a fact. And a red dice. Now, big question here. In the 1940 handbook, you need to take 3 support options as the Germans before you can qualify for taking the red dice. That isn't the case in this campaign. The reason being is campaign rules override all the standard rules, because all these campaigns are very, very specific to the units that are there. So small changes are what takes precedent rather than what it says in the main rules or the 1940 handbook. So in this campaign, I can pick the red dice even if I've got no supports. But of course I have. Okay, well, before we start the patrol phase, of course, we have to do the Stuka attack. So what we're going to do, Nick, we're going to roll the dice for every building on the table, and on a 5 or a 6 it's been hit. So I'm going to start here. Let's have a look. No. Over there. Try again. Yes. So I'm going to put a dice there with that building. Okay. Over there, the barn. No. Over there,
the barn door, even at that distance.
Stables. No. The farmhouse.
All the horses will be pleased.
Yes.
Oh dear, that's not very nice.
The water tower. Can you set a water tower on fire?
Well,
yes.
With a 500-pound bomb.
You can. The village shop. No. The maison supérieure. No. The barn and stables. No. Oh, right. Well, so we've just got 2 buildings that have been hit. Yeah, that's not what I wanted, really. Now, Nick, do you want to roll me a dice for the first building? Let's see what the effect has been there.
The effect there is a mighty 1.
Right, well, that building is on fire and unstable. Okay. And let's roll for the next building that's been hit.
Next one is the farmhouse.
Right, 5. Well, the building is collapsed and reduces to rubble, which counts as light cover.
Have you seen French farmhouses? That's some sort of what they look like normally.
That's only after they've been refurbished, though, mate. Right, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to reset the table slightly, change some of our buildings, then we'll come back for the patrol phase and we'll show you what the table looks like once we have buildings on fire and jolly stuff like that.
Great.
Nick, you rolled a 6 for your force morale, so you're on 11. I only rolled a 5. Thought I was doing pretty well until he topped me there with 1 better. So my force morale is on 10. So you go first in the patrol phase.
I'm going to push straight out up through the middle, as they say.
Right, and I'm going to head out in this direction. Now, what I've chosen to do is just take 3 patrol markers because that makes me a bit more nimble. It means I don't get a lot of choice when it comes to placing my patrol markers, but it does mean that I can move a bit more quickly. However, Nick's in a very, very strong, dominant central position where he is. So we'll see how what that results in. So let's see the point that you come to. There's 12 inches, so probably the closest you can get to is there.
I'll go there then.
Yeah. Okay, and those 2 are locked down. So let's just use a little marker to identify that. Okay, so Nick's...
Your turn, I think.
putting some pressure on there. So yeah, I'm going to start moving up in the middle. Okay, there we are. Okay, I want to keep within 12 of that, but move 12, so these guys are going up to there. Now I think that potentially locks me down, it does.
Okay, so you've got 2 of your 3 locked down now.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So, push that out into there, lock that down. Why don't I go up here instead? Up into there.
Okay, and I'm recognising the fact now that I'm going to be forced into this area here, but I'm going to embrace that a bit, and I'm going to lock myself down. That's right, I'm keeping a pretty close area, but I have got the hill, so that's I'm finished, I'm locked down. That ends the patrol phase. Yep. Just taking 3 patrol markers does mean I can try and get everything shut down before Nick has fully devised his plan or implemented it, because he's got that extra marker which acts as a drag sail almost. Right, so it's a case of putting down patrol markers. You went first, so putting down jump off points.
Let me take 3 from here.
Yeah.
Okay, well I've got to go somewhere over here near the culvert, haven't I? Because that's going to be important for me.
Yeah, you've got to go 6 inches back really, so you've got that line and that line, so you're going to be somewhere back in those woods, aren't you? Okay, now my one, I've got there and there, so I'm actually going to hang it out in the open and put mine there on the table edge, really to try and get as far forward as possible. A bit further back than that, there we go.
Okay, so I've used that one, so I've got that one and that one, so I've got mine through there and through there. So anyway,
yeah, so you've got there and there, which will put you back somewhere back in this area here.
I'm going to go right back here. I'm going to go quite deep, I think.
You're going deep.
I'm going deep.
Okay, now that's potentially a clever move. It makes it very difficult for me to pinch that jump off point, and gives Nick's defence a lot more depth, especially as he's got one right far forward there. Right, Nick, it's
your go.
My go, so really I'm looking at that one, the closest to me there are that one and that one. Well, I'm going to be putting that back down here, down behind that hedge in that gap, because that can't be seen from there, and that's in cover from there.
Yeah, so I've got 2 options now. I've got 2 markers that I've not used. You've got 2 jump off markers or 2 patrol markers very close together.
Yeah, which
so
is going to give you a
very
tight
narrow
angle.
line back through there.
Yeah. So the best, realistically,
or unless I use this one and come out through this side. But that's probably a bit far forward for me to get.
Well, that's
really useful.
Potentially low hanging fruit, but I'm a long way away from it. So.
You are. Well, it's not really your objective to get there, is it? No. But so if I were to do this, I might be able to deploy some guys up here and shoot across the field, which is quite nice. But the depth of the defensive position is more, I think, appealing for what I need to have.
I can understand.
I'm going to go back down in there.
Okay, right. And I'm finally going to put my last one, which realistically is going to be from there and there. And I'm actually going to go a little bit deeper and put it back there. So I don't want you rushing forward and pinching my jump off point. So that's the end of...
I wouldn't rush forward and pinch you or anything, mate.
No, that's the end of our patrol phase. So let's whip off the patrol markers. And now, of course, Nick, you've got a roadblock to place, haven't you?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
So let's talk about how what blocks work, because this is a support option you've taken. And what you do is you place it on the table at the end of the patrol phase. So where are you thinking about having that, mate?
Well, I want it as close up towards your entry point
as
they can. I think that would be ideal. Now, I don't know if we'll quite go there, but maybe just on from there. I might have that here, because there's a whole entrance into the field there, so I'd quite like to have it the other side of that, because presumably there's some fences there that are going to make it tricky for you. So I'm going to have it right up there, I think.
Okay, right, so what we'll do is we'll get that. That's the end of our patrol phase, and we'll place that on the table, and we'll come back and we'll start with the first turn of the game. Right, here we go. First turn of the game. I've got my 5 dice and my red dice, which in this case is green. And so, green dice is a 6, which means we don't count it, because only 1s to 4s count on that red dice. So we've got a 4, we've got a 2, a 2, a 2, and a 1. Now, now I've got an option with my motorcycle troops. I could bring them on the road, but you've blocked my passage pretty effectively there, mate. But the other thing I can do with them is I can bring them on from an ordinary jump-off point, which means they operate in a dismounted role for the rest of the game. But rather than coming on 6 inches away, they come on 9 inches away. So
they can't go back on their motorbikes.
They can't go back on their motorbikes, that's right. So I'm going to use them and take advantage of that 9-inch deployment to push them forward. Now, a bit of a waste, you might think.
Well, it gets them on the table, doesn't it? I guess, and you can't use them mounted.
Having that extra 3 inches of deployment gets them that little bit closer to that key objective, because if I can snaffle that objective instantly, that's really going to put the pressure on you, because at the moment I'm attacking, you're defending. That's in your favour. If I can grab that, then I'm defending and you're attacking. Different kettle of bananas altogether. What else am I going to put on? Well,
you've got a 4, 3 2s and a 1. So have you done the 2 for that, or you used a 3 to do that? Which have you used?
I've used a 2 to do that, and I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm actually going to bring on another section on the 3 and put them on Overwatch, but I'm going to bring them on right at the back here.
Okay.
Because I'm really keen to put some pressure on you. Now, one of the reasons for doing this is I'm actually going to also bring on a senior leader. And I'm going to put them on tactically, actually. So they are behind that hedge. It means they're in hard cover if they get shot at. But I'm going to bring on a senior leader as well.
So that's
even if I can,
your 4 to do that.
Yeah.
So far you've used a 2, 2 and 1, and a 4.
So even if I can only get a 4 next time, I can activate both these sections.
Yeah.
And for me, that's important. That's all I'm doing in this phase. Nick, the action swings to you with your luxurious green dice.
Here we go. Rolling for the French. Here we go. Our first activation. We have, I would like a handful of 5s.
Right.
Because I need some chain of command dice here.
You want a bunch of 5s, mate?
Yeah, I would, yeah. I like a bunch of 5s.
Right.
It would enable me to build my chain of command dice so that when I am able to get these culverts set up and wired up, we can blow them.
Yeah.
But I haven't rolled any.
Blow my culvert.
A 2 and a 3.
Right.
Right, so I can see that you're closing
sneaking
in on
up
me over there. Yeah, and I don't want you getting too close to me. So I'm going to have to deploy some stuff over there. Well, what
good idea. Ha ha! My shabby Nazi trick comes into play. We placed that officer. It's a shabby Nazi trick in French uniform. He represents the 5th column. Shabby Nazi tricks have a number of options. I could bring out nuns with guns, I could bring out parachuting vicars or whatever, but in this that isn't one of them. But in this situation, I'm bringing out a 5th columnist, and he is representing the 5th column operating somewhere else, saying to French troops, no, not that way, that way. Good morning.
Yeah.
So we're going to roll a dice to see if it's effective. Roll the dice, Nick.
Right,
on a 1, 2, 3 or 5, he's effective.
He's a 6. Which means obviously his accent isn't very convincing.
Bollocks. Well, there we go, mate.
I see through your disguise with your little moustache.
Obviously his moustache was a little bit too little. Well, that went well, folks. I hope you're enjoying this at home more than I am. Right.
Nobody likes a shabby Nazi
trick. No, especially when they're see-through shabby Nazi tricks.
I'm very pleased about
so
that.
So you can do what you want.
Well, I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to do what I really want, actually. I'm going to bring on the team of engineers.
Right.
And I'm going to bring on a section to cover them.
Yeah, okay, but of course you can't forget the fact we've had a Stuka attack, so you need to roll for both of those units, and they'll only come on a 4, 5 or 6. So let's see you do that.
Rolling now to see if they activate. Yes. Excellent. That's good.
Okay, typical.
And with my other 3, I'm going to bring on my little tank.
The little
my
tank?
little tank is going to appear at the far corner.
It is, mate, it is.
And it's going to take it a long time to get into action.
Hopefully.
So I want to get it on straight away.
Right.
So it's a section of infantry, a team of engineers, and a tank.
Go for it.
Okay, rolling for activation. Yep, that's a good one.
Now, while Nick's faffing about with that, I think the important thing for me to emphasise here is that my job is to stop him destroying 2 culverts. And I'm almost at the point where how I do that, casualties do matter because I need this force to go on for the rest of the game. So I can't play a suicidal charge, but what I really need to do is get those guys killed. So bringing him out is a very risky thing, but why not? You've got a job to do, you're going to do it well. And I presume, are those guys going on Overwatch, Nicholas?
Yes.
Right, well what I'm going to do...
Certainly.
Okay, anything else happening?
That's all I'm capable of.
Right. Okay, well that rather turns the table. I mean, had my shabby Nazi trick worked, I'd have been rushing those men forwards and on that bridge, but I'm not. So I've got to really revise my plans. So I've got a 5, a 4, a 4, a 3, a 2 and a 2. Now, that's an interesting one because there's a lot I can do with that. Now I'm in a situation here where this machine gun team that was tactical is outside 18 inches, but it can put down fire. So what I'm going to do there is I'm going to use the 3 to get the squad leader there to activate the machine gun team, but he's also going to get their rifle team to move. Well, they go 1 inch, so let's forget about them. So he's going to fire the machine gun team with 8 dice, and they are going to be hitting on 5s and 6s at that range. Nevertheless, it's a good roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. Yeah. So you've got 3 teams there, one of which is the engineer, so 2 on each team. Let's see how you go. Okay. I'll get these delicious shot markers ready, mate.
Let's start with the engineer team.
Let's start at the very beginning. Right, okay. They're in the open, 1 man dead. Ooh, nasty.
I thought they count as light cover.
Oh, sorry, they do count as light cover, so that's 1 point of shock. Yeah, right.
Okay, yeah. And the other MG team
is a point of shock.
And the rifle team
is a point of shock. So that was shocking. Right, I'll tell you what you didn't do, mate. You didn't roll for your engineering team.
No,
for their
I didn't.
task
I
roll. Roll the dice.
So now I think they need is it 6 on their task roll. So
yeah, so they
will see how well they get on this turn.
1.
Not very well.
I've got 2 2s left and a 4. Right. Okay, on the 2, well, using the 4, the senior leader actually, he's going to move that squad forward, but they only want to go as far as the edge of that building, so they easily make that. So they're hidden away behind the building.
And it's on fire still, of course. So
it is on fire. It's rather toasty.
It is. Luckily, the wind's blowing the other way for you.
It is. It is lucky. And I'm also going to put down. Well, I've got a choice here, haven't I? I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to deploy another squad, but I'm going to keep them out of 18 inches because I'm really quite keen to protect them, but I do feel I need to be putting pressure on you as much as possible. Now I'm exposing myself in the open, which is a risky thing to do, but...
You'll trigger their Overwatch.
Ah, they're on Overwatch. I'm not doing that. That's a very good point and very well made. So I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to leave it at that for this phase. Have I got a 1? No, I don't have a 1. So it's over to you, mate. Okay. Over to you. Okay. 2 5s.
2 5s. Like that. 2 3s and a 2. Well, that's okay for me. So 2 5s goes on my.
Interestingly, you can't activate your engineers though.
No, I can't. I can't, can I? This is very true. And the NCO there can't activate them. No. If I had a senior leader there, he could. Yeah. But I've got no way of getting a senior leader there either. No. So, however, I'm going to activate. Well, I've got nobody to shoot at actually, so I can't. So then, so I will activate my tank.
You can activate. You can fire at these guys, of course. You've got one team that could fire at them. Your machine gun team. It's long range.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to do that because they're on Overwatch.
Yeah.
I just want to
they're protecting
them,
range, which is probably.
So I'm going to use move my tank up.
The tonk. Okay. Okay. Well, that's how far it moves. Toot toot. Does the bridge collapse? No, right, okay, so could you pass me one of those red dice then, please? Because I believe your turn is over, mate.
I believe it is.
Your time here is done. Now it's time for my evil Nazis to do some magical stuff. Five on the red dice, nothing. Single 6, nothing. Not good, this. Okay, however, we've got a 3, a 2, and a 1. Right, now on a 1...
Well, you can make anything you want out of that.
I'll make anything I want out of it, yeah. On a 1, I'm going to bring on my 50mm mortar, and they're going to fire on your guys down there.
Okay.
Okay, they've got a line of sight there actually. So we'll roll the 2 dice. Yeah, 2 hits. So you spread them. You're in light cover, so you spread them how you want. Where are you going to put them?
I don't want any of the engineers.
No, I thought that.
So it'll be one on the machine gun team.
Yeah. Is shock.
And one on the rifle team.
Is dead.
Okay.
So roll the dice for your leader.
Let's roll this dice to see if it is the leader, which it is not.
Okay, so I'll take one off
there.
there.
One off there, and that was you.
Right, now, that was the 1. On the 3, I'm going to get the machine gun to fire and the rifle team to move with 1 dice. So the rifle team are moving out here with 1 dice in the open, but that allows them to fire with 3 dice because they're firing at half effect. So I'll fire with my 11 dice from there, down at you. And 5s and 6s hit. That's a weedy 1 hit.
A weedy 1. Well,
yeah.
let's see what
put
the
it where
effect
you
of
like.
that one is.
Yeah.
Well, I'll put it on the machine gun team, which is the biggest of my teams, and it's a 1 which has no effect.
So no effect. That's that. I could bring some other stuff on and start shooting. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to keep out of 18 inches though, and bring on this squad from here because I want to get going. So we've got 8 dice. I've got to do better than that, haven't I? 8 dice and another 6, 14 dice, and that'll be the end of my turn. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. So 2, 2 and a 1. How are you splitting them?
Exactly that way. 2, 2 and 1. 2 on the machine gun team.
Is 1 dead?
1 dead, nothing else. Yeah. 2 on the rifle team is nothing, and 1 on the engineer team.
Is a man dead?
Ouch, man. Okay, but they still function as an engineer team.
Oh, they still function till they're gone.
Yeah.
Right, so that is the end of my phase. So trying to put a bit of pressure on you, keeping at long range, but picking away. And I have got don't forget, I've got this squad here lined up for a super sexy attack.
Well, those guys fired this time, so I'm going to let them trigger my Overwatch. Yeah. So I'm going to fire him.
Right, okay, so triggering your Overwatch.
So I want to put some fire down.
You do. Now, how many men have you lost over there?
We've lost 1 off of the section as a whole.
Okay, so you're going to be firing 13 dice.
Still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
So
I was always good at maths at school.
5s and 6s.
Again, a 5.
2 hits. So 1 and 1. Machine gun is a dead and a shock.
So that Overwatch will come off, Richard.
And the Overwatch will, and it is the leader, obviously, and he's dead. So we'll roll for a junior leader killed, and it's 1 off my force.
We have a trend, don't we, in these games, of your leader being the first one to die.
And we've certainly lived up to that. The good thing is, mate, I hadn't even bothered putting him on the table.
Well, there you go. You must have known it was coming.
Yeah. Right.
Right, okay, so now it's
so that man actually goes back, because he ain't dead.
Okay, French command dice. Let's see where we go. A 5, good.
Important,
so that keeps that.
You got a 1, so your engineers are going to get jiggy with it.
I'm going to also got a 4, so I'm getting senior leader on. So let's start where we want to. The 5, chain of command dice up by 1.
Yeah.
I want to keep that ticking up. That's going to make me feel happier. 4 is going to activate my.
You're going to bring
I'm going to bring the sergeant on. Sergeant, whatever he's called. Let's see if he deploys. Yep. A 4, he's on. He's going to appear.
Where's he coming on?
Over here, right where I want him by the culverts.
Okay.
There he is.
Taking shock off?
He's going to do whatever, yeah, so, well, first thing is to, he is an inferior senior
Yeah,
leader.
correct. So he gets 2 command
So he gets 2 command initiatives. So I'm going to get him to take off 1 point of shock, and I'm going to get him to activate the engineers.
Okay, so he's going to take. Is he taking the shock off the engineers?
Take the shock off the engineers.
You don't want them running away. So roll the dice, see what their task roll is,
Whoa,
and they're ready to go.
Super!
So the engineers have gone. We are ready, non soldier.
Okay, so that's with the 4 so far. Right, I've actually used the 5.
All you need is a chain of command dice now, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. So a 3, I'm going to use to activate the junior leader over there.
Yeah.
He will take a point of shock off and get his men to
to
fire, I think is the idea there.
So so you want 13 dice there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, over my hand, 12, 13.
Big roll.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Well, not bad.
2,
5
3,
is that?
5 hits.
5 hits.
Right, okay, so I'm going to put 2 on the machine gun team. Oh, no, you choose, so you'll probably put 3 on the machine gun team,
probably
won't you?
will.
That's 1 point of shock. And 2 on the trifle team is 1 dead.
Okay. And on the 1,
Don't
the
roll
roll
for
of
the leader because I've already killed him.
no, and the roll of 1 that I haven't used yet, I'm going to bring my other engineer team on. I'm going to bring them on down here.
Right.
Because I want to make sure that I prep that culvert as well.
Prep your culvert.
Prep my culvert, yeah.
Right, so shall I roll while you faff about like an old woman over there?
Okay, you do whatever you
My
want.
phase.
Hang on a minute, because they're going to have a go. They're going to roll their.
You can do that at your leisure. Right, 5 is 1 on the chain of command. 4, what have you rolled? A 3.
So
right.
they're underway too.
They're underway. Right, a 4, a 2, a 2, a 1, and a 1. Right. Okay, so on the 2, I'm going to activate that squad over there, which is going to fire with 11 dice. So 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. Right, so we've got, oh, not a bad roll. 5 hits down on you, matey.
5 hits. So again, there's going to be 2 on the machine gun team. Oh,
Nothing.
2 on the rifle team.
1 point of shock.
1 point of shock, and 1 on the engineer team.
1 point of shock. No, nothing, because they're in there. So we'll put 1 point of shock on the rifle team. Okay, brilliant. So with the other 2, I'm going to get this squad here to fire, which are going to do 6, 8 for the machine gun, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the rifle team. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits from there as well.
Okay, so same again.
2, 2 and 1.
2 on the machine gun team.
A 1 shock.
2 on the rifle team.
Nothing.
And the engineer.
1 shock.
1 shock.
Right, now. So 1 point of shock on there, 1 point of shock on there. I've got 2 left. Right, I'm going to use the mortar to double one. They're out of ammunition.
Well,
Your
they
turn.
actually thought they were going to hit with their first shot, which they did, and that would be the only one they would need. Okay, you're not going to throw the dice across the room in this game, Rich, is that...
I'll throw you across the room in a minute, right?
Okay. 2 5s.
2 5s.
2 5s is good for me.
You're on the edge of blowing up,
on
a bit
the
like me.
On the edge of blowing up, and I've got a 4, a 3, and a 6. Well, 6 is no good. 4 and 3 is what I want. So the inferior senior leader will take off 2 points of shock over there.
So
please.
why not take 1 off each? Oh, I think the engineer team is probably more
priority.
important.
Well, at the moment, hopefully they've done their stuff. But they've
But they've got to be there to blow it up. You don't want them to run off before
and then the section leader will activate the section and they will fire.
I'm just going to go and cry somewhere.
With 13 dice, I think.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
5, and 6 is 11, and 2 is 13.
5s and
2,
6s,
3.
4.
I think that's 4.
2 on each team. Machine gun, 2 dead. That's a team wiped out. And
2 dead on the other one as well.
right, well at least there's no shock.
No, that makes it nice and easy to work out, doesn't it? My Overwatch markers need to come off over there.
One off my false morale. Right, okay, is it my go?
It is. Can you take the Overwatch markers off because they're confusing?
Yeah, they look
Very
like...
useful in a war game with somebody with 4-foot arms.
That's right.
If all the chimpanzees are unavailable, you can always hire Richard.
People call me a snowflake. Actually, I'm an orangutan.
Yeah.
Right, here we go. Let's see what we get here.
You've got the 5s.
2 5s. I've got the 5s you want. Don't be fooled by the 5s I've got.
So you've got 5 on your chain.
I've got 5 on my chain of command dice. I've got 4 for a senior leader. I've got 2 4s for senior leaders. I've got 3 and a 3. Right, this is time to make things happen. Senior leader deploys over here, right? That's the first 4. And he's going to get these guys at the back to fire. And they're going to fire with 8 dice for the machine gun. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give us another dice. Here, look, I've got 5-foot arms, fortunately. Right, for the rifle team, hitting on 5s and 6s. 2, 3, 4. 4 hits on your nasty people.
That's going to be 2, 2 and nothing.
Yeah, probably.
2 on the machine gun.
How can it be 2, 2 and nothing? It's got to be 1, 1 and 2.
I so nearly got away with
You
it.
were right.
So close.
You were right about being good at maths. So where's
2
it?
on the machine gun
Yeah,
team.
okay.
2 on the machine gun team.
Right, 1 point of shock.
1 on the rifle team.
Yeah. 1 shock.
And 1 on the engineer team.
Nothing.
So another 2 bits of shock.
Another 2 bits of shock, as you quite rightly say. On the other next 3, I don't have a junior leader over there. Oh no, sorry. He can get them to activate, and he is going to do so and get them to fire with 3 dice because they've got shock. Actually, what he's going to do. No, he only just deployed, didn't he? Now he can deploy within 6 inches of there. Does that get him within 4 of them?
Yeah,
it does. So he can take 1 point of shock off and then get them to fire. So they get 4 dice with 1 hit. Hooray! Right, where are you going to put it?
1 hit. We'll go for the NG team against the biggest one.
Don't pick up my command dice!
Oh, sorry, chap. There's nothing there.
Right.
4.
There's a shock.
There's a point of shock. Yeah.
Right, now with my next 3,
Let me throw that over there.
I'm going to bring on
perfect.
another squad, and they're going to come further forward, and they're going to deploy within close range, and they're going to put down some fire that is so effective you will weep. And I've still got a 4 left on my chain of command dice, which is important to note. 4, 8 and 6. Let's see what we can do to you here. Right, 1, a lot of 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hits.
So that's a 2, 1 and 1. Okay. 2 on the machine gun team.
Nothing.
1 on the rifle team. Draw that again.
Nothing. Nothing.
And 1 on the engineer team.
Dead.
Dead man.
Right. And on a 4, my senior leader here is going to invoke the charm of Handgranaten and storm in a storm of steel a la Ernst Jünger. And we're going to roll the dice to see how many grenades he's going to get on target as he goes. My guess is 1.
Let's see if you can even get round the corner of the building.
2. I get 3 dice so I can get around. So 2 dice hitting you in the open, and that's 3 men dead. So you've got to take 1, 1 and 1, mate. So your engineering team are dead.
The engineering team are dead. That's correct.
And 1, and roll for your leaders.
So hang on.
So you've got 2 dead on them. Oh, you don't. Yeah, you roll for your leader now, please.
Rolling for my... I've got 2 leaders there, of course.
You have, but
So
it doesn't
rolling
matter. Roll one or two, and it's the leader. It is.
Okay, it is
1,
a
2 or
leader.
3 junior leader, 4, 5 or 6 senior.
It's the senior of the 2 leaders.
Right.
And let's see what happens to him.
He's lightly wounded. So he's down to level 1, which is important.
So one of those guys comes back, so roll me a dice.
1, 2 or 3. No, it's not the engineer.
Right, okay, that's not...
And we storm in. That's a cog dice. 8, 11.
He needs to go back on the table.
He does. Right, now this is critical. And I'll tell you what we'll do. I'm just going to move these woods out of the way here because it's really important that we can see what's going on. So let us line your little men up.
Can you put that man back in there? Because the casualty you just gave me was the figure holding the machine gun, which is misleading.
It is misleading, of course it is, mate. That would be cruel. Right. So, my men are going in with the senior leader and the junior leader. So let's put your shot over there so we can see exactly what's happening. So I've got 1, 2, put the leaders at the back, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 men, that's 9 dice. Now I've got a junior leader, puts it up to 11, and a senior leader puts it up to 14. They have both got SMGs, puts it up to 16, 18 dice. So that's 18 for me. And Nicholas, you have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he's a leader. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 men, and you've got a junior leader and an inferior senior leader who's wounded. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You haven't got any SMGs, but you have got an LMG. That's 14. And but you've got 6 points of shock, so that takes it down to 11. However, you are defending. Light cover because you're in that little section of woodlands, and on 11 sorry, you're defending light cover. You get 1d6 per 3, puts you back up to 14. So it's 18 against 14. Let's roll those dice. Do you want to go first or shall I go first?
Oh, you're attacking, you go first.
12, 15, 16, 17. Have you got another dice I could borrow, please? Use that. Oh, no.
No, I guess you can use that very nicely.
Right, okay, and right, so I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dead and 3 points of shock. So do you want to roll your 14 dice, mate?
Okay.
5s and 6s key here.
Well, not very many for me. Look at that.
1,
that's a terrible effort.
2. So
all those 1s and 2s staring at me from that dice tray.
Well, I'm really sorry for you, mate. My heart bleeds for you when the dice go against you.
You are a miserable
Right, sorry, I shouldn't laugh like that. Right, we'll roll to see if it's one of my leaders, and it's not, fortunately. Now you, 6, it's automatically one of your leaders. See which one it is. 1, 2, 3, it's low. It's the senior leader. Roll the dice to see what happens.
He's already wounded.
He's already wounded. He's wounded again, so he's dead. So you lose a senior leader, and you lose 5 more men. Do you want to take them off however you want, Nicholas?
We've got down to 3. Well, down to 3 and 3, I think.
Yeah.
How many have I got to lose?
4. No, 5. Sorry, I apologise. 5.
Well, there's no real way to do this with any kind of... I'm going to have to lose the rifle team as well, I think.
Yeah, okay.
And that, I think, looks like that.
So, that shot died, but then you get another 3 shots. So they also are pinned, actually. You've got 6 shot on 3 men. That isn't enough to break them.
Rich, I think you should explain there. Why was I able to choose where those casualties came
You can take casualties anywhere you like. It's just an opportunity to rearrange your squad. There's no reason. It just allows you to try and rescue the situation as much as possible.
So I'm not dicing to see where they were, I was actually choosing.
Yeah, yeah. So I've taken 1 man off and 1 man off, and I actually take 1 point of shock, which I'll put 1 point of shock down on the rifle team. Now, the issue for you is, however, you have lost by 4, as I got 6, and you got
We've also got a lot more shock than we've got now.
Well, the effective shock we're going to work out in a moment. The important thing is this: you lose by 4, so you flee 18 inches in disorder. So move them back 18 inches, please, Sir Nicholas. Take your little magic tape measure. So back 18 they go.
And back into this farmyard
And
down here.
take the leader and take your shock with you. Now you double the amount of shock that is on that team.
Well, they've already got 5.
They've got 6 points of shock actually.
Oh, I missed one, sorry.
Yeah,
I've got
so
6.
They rout, which means they roll another 2d6 and add 6 to that to see how far they go.
Well, I've rolled
11,
so they're
17,
off the table.
so they go off the table, right, which is a great result for me because you've got a squad routing and you're losing a junior leader.
Ouch! That is a really painful turn for French morale. We've had lots of bad things happen there, and the sequence of events is important. And then we've got leaders dead, we've got leaders routed from the table, we've got teams wiped out. It could be good night for the French from this moment on.
I think that's called Bonne Nuit.
Bonne nuit, comme les dit en France.
Right, okay, so what have we had? We had a team wiped out, that was the first one. Let's roll the dice with that, mate.
Okay, let's clear all these horrible dice out of the way and just roll this nice white surrender dice. Okay, that's
3. That's 1 off your false morale. So
right.
You're down to 10.
Yeah.
Okay, now we've got team breaks. So roll the dice for that. That's 2. That's 1 off for that. So you're down to 9.
Okay.
Now we've got a junior leader routs from the table.
4.
That's 2 off for that. So that's down to 7. Now we've got a senior leader killed.
1.
That's just 1 point.
6. Well, that's dropped my force morale by 5. I started off at the top of the shop 11.
You did.
And because you've thrown the entire Wehrmacht against that one section, they've folded, and that's got well for them.
To push.
Right.
I really had to push a Schwerpunkt there and deploying troops into positions of danger to bring maximum firepower. But that initial move with motorcyclists to get them up there into a position where they were ready to jump off when the firepower had done its damage.
And they're the guys that have leapt in with their boots, with their motorcycle boots and leather pants, done the stuff. Which
is key because we've taken out the engineers, and the presumption is, you can't. We've stripped off the gubbins, whatever it is.
So I can't even blow it from.
You can't blow it from a distance. What you need is one of those Goliath tanks, but unfortunately not been invented.
Yes, I have. There's one. I've got one in the box.
Right. Okay. Well, that's the end of my phase.
Well, yeah. Okay.
The interesting thing is how are you going to react to that as we go forward into the next turn? Maybe that white flag.
I think it could be it. It's let's see.
I have to tell you, I was getting really worried there that we weren't going to do the damage and we weren't going to be able to stop them. But
I was at 1 point off.
When you consider 18 dice against 14 dice, I rolled 6, which is average. All you had to do was roll a bit good, and it could have been nasty. You rolled bad.
Poor.
But still, you can weep about that later. Mate.
I'm weeping about it now. Actually, I'd rather bring that. I'll use my Chain Command dice to advance my weeping, and to do it instantly rather than after the game.
Okay, right.
Okay, at this point, I might throw my dice across the table.
No, it's been done. It's been done. Right.
Okay,
so your face. Who's this man?
He's dead.
He's dead. More pour la patrie.
Oui. That's poor Michel Haricot, Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean.
Sergeant
Mr.
Bean, he was known.
Has been cooked.
Not only has been. Terrible pun.
Yeah, no,
okay.
It's actually quite good for us.
Let's see what happens next. Here we go.
2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 3, 2, 1. That's kind of extended TED, isn't it?
So we're assuming that do you have to do anything to throw those explosives off the bridge?
No,
you've done that.
No, it's just
I've got no engineers that are capable of doing that.
Yeah, you have. They're over there.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do there now.
You've got a counter-attack.
Well, that's just throwing men in the face of
or you could blow that one first and then try and see where it goes.
Well, they're on the verge of doing that one, so We've got, what have we got? 2 3s, a 2 and a 4. And a 1.
Now, one of the things you might want to remember is the fact that this platoon is going to be fighting in the next 2 battles for you.
Well, that's
you might decide.
I'm not going over that way. I'm not going to put anything over there because
you might decide.
We've already lost a third of our strength in that attack.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to do anything over there that's going to just.
Well, we're within 4 inches, so
it's going to throw men into nothingness.
So you might decide at any point, as it's a campaign game, you might decide that. Cut your giblets and run.
Yeah, well, the first thing I do is use the 1 to activate the engineers.
You just want to blow a bridge up, don't you, mate?
Yeah,
right. Okay, roll the dice.
Really, if I can blow that bridge off and go, that's
2,
all we're going to do.
So
that goes up to
we're not very good at this. We've never done this before.
No, that's exactly right. The 3, and actually, for the time being, that's all I'm going to do.
Alright. Well, the pressure's on. Let's see what we do with the magic roll. Oh, suits you. Takes that up to a 6. I've got a 5, which is what I've just used there. I've got a 4, a 4, a 3, a 2, and a 1. That's a lovely hand.
Nice.
Look on it and weep.
I am
and weep.
Weeping on it.
Right, so my
from a distance.
Using my first 4, my senior leader here is going to rally off the 1-pointer shot those guys had from that close combat, and he's going to roll 2d6 and push them on, sweeping across over that jump off point into these woods, taking up a position where they can look through into the farmyard. It's no coincidence that I'm moving over this jump off point, as we're about to see. Now the second 4, actually I'm going to use a 3 first, and I'm going to activate this squad here, and they're looking to consolidate their positions, so actually they're going to roll 2d6 and a look to get down the hill. Not very good, that, never mind. The important thing is they're not standing around on that ridge. They've got a bit of damp, boggy ground there, so I couldn't run through that. I was quite keen I should have run down to that hedgerow, but never mind. Now with the other 4 that I've got, I'm going to be using the senior leader here to get these guys going, and they're going to run with 3d6 and take a bit of shock, because remember the senior leader can rally off at the end of the phase. So these guys are moving down here rapidly now. Obviously they're not on tactical anymore, that's a bit of historical garbage. And the senior leader's going to go with them so he can take that shock off at the end. With a 1. Well, I've got a 1. I could either activate this team here, or I could activate these guys here.
They're out of ammo.
They are out of ammo. Right, so I'm just going to move them back over here by that jump off point. Right, that's the end of my phase. Nicholas, away you go.
Okay. Right, 5 chain of command dice. For me, what I want is not that. Well, in part I want that. I've got 1 1 1 2 2. So the first one, we will activate the engineers who cannot fail, hopefully, to meet their required minimum to set the charges on that bridge. Yeah. So my VB grenadiers are important assets in my armoury. I'd like to get them on the table, but because there's a pool of smoke from the Stuka attack which is blowing in their faces, they can't really be used to fire along the road into those Germans. There's close terrain down here, so I can't deploy them at the moment to offset and shoot at anything Richard's got pushing up through here, so I can't bring them on. So I'm going to let play pass back to the Germans.
Okay, well I can feel the impetus here, so we're going to go for what we can. 5. I could have ended the turn last turn and captured that, wiped out that jump off point, but I thought I'd just leave it turn and see what Nicholas was going to do. So we've got a 4. We've had a 5, a 4, a 4, a 3, a 3 and a 1, which again is a great roll for me. So where's the threat? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to really put the pressure on. I'm going to rush that squad forward. They've got a senior leader with it. I'll roll that one again, that's cool. So they've gone 16 inches. So these guys are running forward 16 inches right the way through in the farmyard, past the residue of your routing troops who've left their shock behind. And again, the senior leader is going to take the 2 points of shock off that is generated by that running. But the key thing here is that we're maintaining the pressure. And with the 3, we are going to get these guys moving with 2d6. Try and avoid taking all the greenery with us. And they're moving up on the road. This is a bit like a German tide flooding through here now, Nick, isn't it? And with a 4, we've got the senior leader here, who again is going to run them forward and rally the shock off. They can't run through that, so they're just going to stop at the fence. And again, that's the shock being rallied off there. That's the end of my phase. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this chain of command dice just to capture that jump off point completely. Nick, are you going to roll the dice to see how that affects your force morale?
I'm going to have to. And it's
you are 3, just 1 off, so you're down to 5. So your force morale is still up there, but it's your phase.
Okay.
You're still playing on? Are you feeling confident?
Well, I haven't got any choice. I can't not play on at the moment. All I need
you can pull off at any time.
I need one of my chain of command dice to blow that cold.
Okay, fine.
And then
so you could lose having blown up a bridge or lose having not blown up a bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good decision. I can understand. There you go.
There we go.
A whole lot of 5s. 3 5s.
That is exactly what I want.
This is clearly some kind of psychological victory for you now, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what it feels like.
Actually, looking at that rickety bridge, all you had to do was walk over it rather than put engineers on it, and it would have collapsed anyway.
Yeah, I think if I was moving across that bridge at the moment, I'd be doing it at speed. So I reckon I could probably
wind assisted, maybe.
So look, we're gonna blow that culvert and
right. Roll the dice. Let's see if it goes.
Well, let's do.
Wouldn't it be funny if it didn't?
Well, let's put the 3 on the chain of command dice first. Just not that I'm feeling not that I'm not confident or anything.
Right. Okay.
Let's just start building the next chain of command dice.
Yeah, lovely.
Just in case. I'm feeling a bit sorry for the tank, which is now the wrong side of the culvert, but you know. Never mind. 1 dice. Here we go. A 6. So a 6. We've rolled a 6. I can't remember now if that's really good or really bad. We're trying to blow this bridge up. If we fail to do this, I shall be most dischuffed. Not only that, but I'll have to either start again or clear off without having blown the bridge at all.
Demolitions, here we go, mate. Here we go. They say, when detonating a charge, roll a d6.
Yes, I've done that bit.
On a roll of 1,
yes,
2,
yes,
3,
yes,
and 4,
yes,
the charge explodes and destroys the structure.
Fantastic. But I didn't roll any of them.
On a roll of 5 or 6, a fault occurs. Roll again.
Roll again.
Roll again.
Roll again.
Roll again, mate. Roll again.
The drama.
I know. The tension.
A 5.
The drama. Okay.
A 5.
On a roll
yes.
of 1, 2, 3, or 4, it's a partial failure. The bridge is destroyed. It's impassable to vehicles, but infantry can cross it. However, you didn't roll that, mate.
Going.
You didn't roll that.
I rolled a 5.
You rolled a 5.
French engineering is world renowned. Don't forget.
On a roll of 5 or 6, there is a total failure. It doesn't mention your name specifically, but it could do. And the charges fail to detonate. To destroy the structure, the charges must be reset.
Well, we're not going to be able to reset the charges.
Well, not under this intense pressure from the boys on the bike from the Third Reich.
I've got 2 on my next chain of command die, so I'd have to invest another 2 turns to get the score up to 6.
So
again.
being serious, are you going to... You're attempting to blow up 1 culvert.
No, we're not going to start.
But blowing 1 culvert is still a loss.
Yeah, indeed. Well, losing, as soon as you lose a culvert in this game, the French you lost. So,
yes.
on the basis that we were trying to salvage something.
There's no point.
But now looks like it cannot be salvaged.
Yes.
I think we will get on our velos and ride off into the distance.
Good job that bridge isn't blown up, because you can now escape. Well, Nicholas, that was a game full of tension and intense humour.
Yes, it was.
At times.
A quick game too, relatively.
Well, sometimes a quickie is all you need.
Yeah, well, yes.
Sometimes it's all you get, anyway. Whew. Well, that was Fast and Furious, and it really was furious, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm livid, actually. Not just...
Thank you, Gerald.
Yeah, no, it was very fast and furious, and it was, for us, a very quick game. Normally we have long, drawn-out slanging matches that also equate into long games on the table.
It might please the viewers so they don't have to listen to your tripe for 2 hours.
Yeah. But this is one you can watch quickly and then get down the pub.
Get down the boozer, where I think we may be going very shortly. Right. Do you know what? I thought with my shabby Nazi trick, this is in the bag. I thought,
that's funny.
Second phase, I'm going to turn up and with my guy in the French uniform, good morning, we'll say this only once. And they didn't believe a word he said.
Well, they're normally exceedingly useful, actually. I think that's the first time for ages that you tried one that didn't work.
Yeah.
Every time I've had them in the past, they've been very effective. So, you can see why you take it as a support option and see how frustrated it must be when it doesn't work.
It's a great cheap support option, and you really do feel, especially in that situation where I had the motorcycle troops, I played my motorcycle troops, you trumped it with your barrier, which meant that I then had to think, well, okay, that's great, because I can still deploy them and get them in a really key position because of that 9-inch deployment, which I did. Then I thought, it's in the bag. 3 dice, leg it out there, grab the thing, and you are under pressure. You've got to come on to me, but it didn't work. Then, when we got involved in that firefight, I'm just putting a bit of shock on you, but I'm not really doing much damage. And even though I deployed my guys at long range to try and protect them, but keep the firepower going, it was an uneven trade-off because they're in the open. But then, when push came to shove, by committing all of my force, a real Schwerpunkt, 4-1, it has to break, doesn't it?
And I didn't want to put anything else in there because I didn't want to lose any more casualties, and I also knew that I was just one chain of command pip away from being able to blow that, so I didn't want to waste men and lose them.
Could have been the Bridge of Song. Could have gone up in my face.
It could have done, absolutely. It could. I was hoping it would have done, but of course not quite. Just that, if I'd rolled one more 5 in those preceding, however many turns it was we had.
The thing
is that so much to ask for?
It is for you, mate. The thing that scared me when we started the game was this beast, because I had nothing that could do anything with that. But I did know that it was really close terrain, and we could have been running around playing hide and seek.
Yeah.
And while we're doing that, we could have been snaffling up your jump-off points. Because one of the other things I did consider was actually deploying troops right at the back and moving over here, putting a threat on down here. In the end, I'm glad I didn't, because I needed everything at that Schwerpunkt over there, but thank God it paid off, because it keeps the campaign alive. We are now on to game 3 on turn 5, which is a lot better than game 3 on turn 6.
Yeah, and it means we don't have to play over the same terrain again next table as well. Which
Novelty.
Is good.
Well, exactly.
Novel for us.
Having spent all day in the shed yesterday building the hills, I can now throw them away. Okay, well, interesting. One of the things that's also interesting is that I lost 6 men in total. Including a squad leader, but one of those guys was from the motorcycle squad, so he doesn't count towards my core platoon, so that's just 5 guys. We had a difference in force morale of 3, which saves me 3, which means for the next game I've got 1 man dead and 1 bloke in hospital, and that's it. It's good. It's kind of no losses at all. Nick, you've lost more than that.
I lost 8 guys, plus my platoon sergeant.
Yeah.
Now, we've done the after-game effects, and actually the platoon sergeant is dead. He's not going to be replaced for the next time, so I'm a senior leader down, which is pretty
That's really key. You're only going to have 1 senior leader, which is brill.
But of the other men, I get 4 back. I've got 2 of them that are going to miss the next game. So I've got 4 in hospital, 2 that are going to miss the next game, and 2 that are going to be back to play.
You've actually got 4 in holes in the ground, mate.
Yeah.
And you've got 3 in hospital who are going to miss the next game. So you're 7 men down for the next game.
8-4-4. Yeah, 8-4-2-2. That's right.
Well, any formation you want to play, mate.
They still ain't coming back.
Yeah,
So,
that's
yeah,
right.
that's right. I'm going to get 2. But the long and short of it is I'll get 2 that are going to be back for the next time, and I'm down a platoon sergeant. So that's pretty.
7 men and a platoon sergeant is a pretty tough loss. So how you're going to reconfigure your men is going to be an interesting one for that game. Your CO's opinion has dropped. He doesn't think you're quite the wunderkind that he thought originally.
I'm still on +1.
He's seen through your disguise, though.
I'm still on +1. This is I've convinced him this is just a minor setback.
And actually, my CO is now thinking I'm doing all right. Oh, well, he's not actually. He's a bit ambivalent. He's neither plus nor minus, but he at least isn't. He's at least giving me coffee when we meet for an interview. My men, however, still think I'm a total dick.
They were quite give them that idea.
They were quite pleased by the low casualties, but it turns out the guy who got slotted, was Popular Pete. Who was that?
That was
who was that? That was
Peter
Siggy Solitaire.
So well, there you go.
He plays a mean guitar.
He did.
Perhaps that's why they liked him. But he's gone.
Well, my men's opinion is down by 1. We've lost Michel Haricot. Sergeant Bean has disappeared. And they liked him too, to some degree, obviously. So we're going to be starting next game in a kind of disadvantageous position. I'm already feeling the pressure before even getting the scenario set up.
Interesting, because actually I feel the pressure has gone, and my character is now feeling secure. In fact, funnily enough, at the end of the last game he was feeling secure. I guess that was from the fact that at last they got through Perbais. You were cheerful at the start of this, now you're just a bit relaxed.
I am.
Not quite so cheerful.
No, not quite so cheerful.
You're at the edge of starting to have the odd tipple, aren't you, before your cornflakes?
Has been known.
So we're going to watch and see whether Nick turns to drink. Well, I certainly intend to, so we'll bring this to an end now, and I'll be turning to quite a few of them this afternoon, I hope.
Yep.
So thank you very much for watching.
We hope you've enjoyed it. It's been fun to play, such a quick game, and you can now go and enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, and I'm going to be celebrating. In fact, I think I may do a lap of Lard Island.
Wow, that's a lot.
But no, it has, being serious, it has brought the campaign back into balance. That now means I've potentially really got something to go for. I've got a little bit of wiggle room, and my tanks are out to play next time, mate. Under pressure.
Wonderful.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget, subscribe by hitting the button below if you've got any questions or comments. And don't forget, Linda, see you soon. What's your chain of command total at the moment?
That's for me to know, for you to find out.
I can see it's 3.
It's 3.